All right, well, while you're doing that, let's move through to our cool online tools for tonight. Now, we can't avoid some of the AI tools that are around today because they are so prolific. So the first one I've got for you tonight is one called grain.com. So what Grain is it is a tool that links in with your Zoom meetings, your Teams meetings, what do they call it now? Google Meet or Google Chat meetings. I think it's Google Meet. And this AI being, it joins as a participant in it, except it's a non-talking participant. It listens in to what's actually happening. So, and it's free as well too. So what it will do is it'll come in and it will take notes for you. So rather than you having post-it notes and scraps of paper where you jot things down and at the end of the meeting think, I must attend to that, and you flip over the notepad that you've just written on to a clean sheet and never flip back to the page that you wrote on again. Anyone guilty of that? I know that I am. And so this one avoids doing that there, in the sense it takes all of your notes for you. And you can send these notes out to your team, or to, you know, if it's you're having a meeting with a client or a customer, you can both have these notes, and these notes can have the action points in that you agreed to action. So it will in fact transcribe the whole meeting for you, and then it will cut it down into things like notes. So you can see on screen here, there is a replay of the session that is on the top left. Beneath it are just key notes. This is not everything, it's just the key items. On the right-hand side is the full transcript. Also underneath, it's got a thing called a timeline. So there may be sort of, at some point during the meeting, you think, oh, maybe it was around about halfway through, someone said something that was interesting. Then you can move yourself into that section there, and it will take it through to that point in the transcript. So you can see on the transcript on the right-hand side, it has highlighted that section in green. So it follows along when you hit that timeline to, you know, whatever word is in that timeline, and then you can pick it up. And then highlights, you can then go and select or highlight a section of script there. You can click the button that says create a highlight. That will add that to your highlights, and that may be action items for you as well. So it's a very simple, easy way to never have to forget your notes again. You don't have to worry about where those post-it notes go. That notepad that you flipped over, never to see that page that you wrote on again. This way sort of, it makes it a lot easier to keep you accountable. And it does things like connects into your calendar as well, so you can decide whether you want to record a meeting or not record it. So, so this is free for 20 meetings, and then they've got paid plans up from there. So I've tried this, used it. It's in fact a really good app. So well worth having a look at this, and you know, particularly if you're using, you know, Zoom or Teams or Google Meet. So that there is called grain.com. Oh, now these links, if you are squinting, I see some people there squinting at the screen to see how do you spell this. We're going to drop these links into chat so that you can have a record of them. You can click on them later. In fact, you can save the chat at the end of tonight, and you'll be able to click on them, you know, when you've got some time to explore them for yourself. If you're not sure where chat is, have a look at the bottom of your Zoom screen. There is a toolbar there. In the middle of it is an icon that looks like a speech bubble. It says chat below it. That there is the chat. Just click on it. It'll open it up. And at the bottom of chat are three little dots right at the very bottom. If you click on those three dots, then you'll get the option to save the chat to your downloads in your computer. It'll also tell you where it's saved in your computer if you're not quite sure where it saves it, but it'll be there for about 4 or 5 seconds, but if you click on that link, it'll take you directly to that document. But normally it's in, you know, your downloads folder. And you can save this chat throughout the evening as well. It'll keep saving it to that same document. So if you save it now, then you've got this one here. And then if you save at the end of the session, it'll just keep saving to that same document. All right, our next app is one called SpeakPipe. So this one is an interesting one. It really is for podcasters, they talk about it, but it's for websites as well. So I'm thinking, who was it? Harry, you had the hairdressing salon website. This might be one to have a look at for you. This is where people can leave voice messages for you on your website. So you're going to have a button there where, someone can't be bothered typing and they can just leave a voice message. So if they're on their phones, or like a lot of people are looking at their websites on their devices, I was going to say they're used to speaking in it. I don't know. I don't use my phone these days for talking to people. I'm a text. And I do leave voice messages as well too. Young people these days, they don't even use the phone for talking with. I don't even think they know that you can actually speak into a phone and you can hear someone's voice from the other end. But this one here, you can have a widget on your website. They can tap on it, they can record a message to you, and you can record a message back to them as well. So you can have a volley of messages going back and forth right from your website. If you do happen to be a podcaster as well, it's a great way to interact with your audience with a podcast. So obviously a podcast is not live, it's pre-recorded, it's uploaded to iTunes and Spotify and Podbean and all those podcast networks. But you can let them know that if they go to your SpeakPipe page or your website, they can come and leave their comments in voice and leave you a message as well too. So really interesting app there. It's a different way of receiving messages, and it really does suit those people that enjoy sort of auditory experience or speaking, and it's nice and quick as well too. So that one there is called speakpipe.com. All right, for you avid writers and publishers out there, we have Kindle. So have you ever wondered how to publish a book on Kindle? Well, this is where you go to publish your book. So it is Kindle Direct Publishing. So the URL for this is KDP for Kindle Direct Publishing .amazon.com. And this here is where you can upload a PDF document or a PDF book and have it published on Amazon. It will take you about 15 minutes to do it. And at the end of that 15 minutes, it'll then take maybe another 15 minutes or so before it is live on Amazon. And then you are a published author. So it is as simple as that. Well, I say it's as simple as that. It's easy to publish, maybe not quite so easy to write the words. But this is the place where you go to get that Kindle book published. Now, you can give them away for free. So I know some people that upload them there and give them away for free. And you can also sell them as well. Kindle also has, so this is Kindle, which is Amazon, which is the digital version of your book. So this isn't the publishing where they will print on demand. This is the Kindle version, the digital version. So if you may wonder, well, how do you use this? Well, if you have a lead magnet, for instance, so an ebook is or a book is effectively a lead magnet, you can publish it directly on Amazon. So for the world to see. Now, Amazon's the largest book publisher in the world. And so it's an easy way to get your ebook, your information in front of a whole lot of eyes there without doing much marketing at all. There are some tricks and tips and secrets around how to get it to the top of Kindle. So, using the right keywords, putting into the right, what do you call it, category in Kindle. But they also have some very good guides here to help you. And I know that if you do search the net, there are some good places there to really help you with your publishing on Kindle. So, here you go. So 72 hours it takes it to get it worldwide. So once you upload it. So the next question is, what do you publish? Well, here's a good way to think about what you can publish. If you write a blog, so blog articles are anywhere between 600 to 1,000 words, which is not a lot. That's a page to a couple of A4 pages. If you do that every week at the end of the year, then you have enough content there to publish a book. So it can be as simple as that there, and having something that's themed to your business. And obviously being a published author is a great way to build your credibility. But here's where you go to upload it. So this is kdp.amazon.com. All right, next app that I've got for you is What is My GPT Boss? So Some of you will be aware of ChatGPT, which is that new AI tool where you can, or some people have used it now to replace search or Google search. I think Google's a bit concerned about that. But it's a place where you can go and find information. So for instance, what did I do the other day? I was standing in the kitchen thinking, what am I going to have for dinner? And I was about to look up a recipe on my phone. And I thought, well, you know what? I could actually just stick my head in the fridge, have a look and see what ingredients I've got there, put those into ChatGPT and ask it to come up with a recipe for me. And I did that, came up with a recipe. And then I said, well, actually, I'd like a Indian style sort of meal. So I said, I'd like you to use the same ingredients and give me an Indian recipe. It did that. And then in the end, I asked for a Middle Eastern recipe, settled on that one there and made a Middle Eastern dish. So that's some of the really useful ways of using ChatGPT. I must post that meal on because it looked better than it actually tasted. So you can't really control the flavor with ChatGPT. So there is a bit more experimentation to be done. But GPT Boss is a digital assistant for you, for your business. So, and this is really good for people that are sole traders or in business by themselves or just having a small team. This is somewhere where you can brainstorm ideas and can really get a business advisor by AI. So it's a really interesting concept, this one here. And so you can ask it questions like, I need a marketing plan, for instance. So you give it all the information about your business, who it is you serve, who your customers are, the sorts of problems you solve, solutions you provide, where you're located, where your customers are located. So all of that information that you would normally give a business consultant anyway, that's going to help you. You pop that into here, and then you can start to ask it questions. Now, the good thing about this particular app as well is that it stores all of that information there, so that when you go back and ask it another question, it's already got all that information you've put into it. So it's able to take that context and give you the answer or give you advice based on all of the other information you put into it in the past. So its knowledge base actually grows with your business as your business grows as well. And you start to get better and better responses out of it and more detailed advice from it with the past information. So the better the information you put in, obviously, the better the information you're going to get back out of it again. But you don't have to keep on inputting the same information again. It will take your information that's already in there. So really good app. They've got a free trial in this as well too. If you wonder, if you want to do things like a SWOT analysis, or maybe you've got a product that you're thinking of launching, or a course or a program, or you've got an idea that you want to run through it, great place to have a conversation with an AI tool, basically, when you don't have someone else to have a conversation with, but also something that remembers everything that you put in there. So it can be more valuable than some human interactions as well, particularly those with failing memories. So that's worth having a look at. So this is called gptboss.com. And the very last one I've got for you tonight.
No dementia for it, eh?
Yeah. Well, it might help you with dementia too. It's like, what did I say 3 minutes ago? Hang on, let me just check the boss. So this tool here I've got for you, this is Google's AI tool. So if you've heard of ChatGPT, that was bought by Microsoft. So Microsoft is the majority shareholder in that one. And so Google is, some say Google's struggling to catch up. They've been tinkering around with AI tools in the background. That Microsoft acquisition has really propelled Google to come up with their own tool and really release their own tool. So they have their own tool called Bard. It works essentially the same way, but one of the differences is that Bard is integrating with all of Google's properties. So you've got Google Search, you've got AdWords, you've got Google Workspace, Gmail, you have YouTube, you have Google Travel, Google Maps, Google My Business, Reviews. So all of those things that are Google properties, Bard is really connecting into that there. And so you do get quite different responses and answers that come out of this than you do out of ChatGPT. And these ones are more geared towards you know, what you would expect when you're searching on Google. So if you're looking for an alternative to just flicking through search results, this one here is really good because it is connected to, you know, the normal search results that you'd be looking at in the Google platform or the Google environment. So, and it really is, you know, as simple as entering in your prompt down there. So the prompt is a question, just ask a question. Now, questions can be short questions, like 3, 4, 5 words, just like you'd normally type into Google search, or they can be quite long prompts as well too. And when I say long, you can have prompts there that are a paragraph long, a half a page long, or a full page long. So, you know, some prompts are that extensive as well. Obviously, the more information you're able to give it, the better the response that you get out of it and the more accurate that it is. So, so run a trial with this here alongside ChatGPT if you're using it, or if you're not using it. This here is a really good way to conduct market research, get some, or do your search, get your answers, even do things like getting, you know, frameworks for a course that you're running, a program you're running, and sort of maybe sort of asking questions of, is it good to ask my partner this particular question at the moment? Are they in a good mood or a bad mood? Now, I don't think it can actually answer that sort of question there, but you can give it a go anyway and see what it comes out with. All right, well, that there is a roundup of our cool online tools for tonight. So love to hear what your favorite one was, and the one that is really going to take you down that rabbit hole of procrastination, where you know you should be doing work, but you've got 5 tools that are going to consume your entire day tomorrow as you have a look and see what it can do. In fact, I know the one that will really consume your entire day, and that is Bard. All right, let's pop your votes in there. We have votes for, we've got Bard there, GPT Boss, GPT Boss, GPT Boss, GPT Boss. So there's lots of people looking for free business coaching by the sound of things. So GPT Boss is a great way of doing that there. So SpeakPipe, Kindle, GPT Boss, like them all, but leaning towards Bard. Yeah, I like them all as well too. So it's a bit hard actually. I've got to choose 5 tools out of all of them that I see during a week. So these are the best that I've seen. So just imagine all the others that I've evaluated, and some of them pretty good as well too. All right, GPT Boss and Grain. Yeah, Grain's pretty good as well too. Big time saver. All right, well, that is a roundup of our cool online tools. We will drop these into Business Owners SmashGo Online Facebook group. If you're not a member of that, now's a good time to go and join that, because that's where we post these events that are coming up. We have conversations in there. You're welcome to introduce yourself, your business, let people know what you're doing, and join into with some of the discussions that are in there. And of course, if you've got any apps and tools that you think should be featured on the show here, let me know. And I'm happy to credit you with the introduction to it, but always looking for things that are helpful. If you find some unique ways to use these tools or helpful ways, then share those in the Business Owners SmashGo Online Facebook group as well too.